going on, everybody? So the video you're about to see is we hooked up and went out. Reaper Squad hooked up and went out. We went to Aldi's, and then we went to eat at Sam's, and what you're not going to see in the video are some of the things that I'm about to tell you now. Before going in Aldi, there was a homeless couple sitting in front of Aldi, so we stopped and talked to them, you know, see what their situation was. And the female she was 25 and she had bad hips, and she kept telling her boyfriend she can't wait to get a hip replacement, you know. And she had bad knees. She always needed help getting up and down. You know, she used to dance a lot when she was younger. She said, like ballet or something like that. So, but now they're homeless, and you know, she said that, you know, they said that the doctors, there was nothing they could do about it. She just needs a hip replacement. So, Ty led the prayer for, and first time the hips were good. The knees still had a little bit of issue. Second time, everything was completely good. We shared the gospel. We went and blessed them financially, and they were just excited, man. They were excited, which was a blessing. You know, it's a lot of people just walk by them, you know, treat them like garbage or assume the worst. And which I get that, like assuming the worst, not treat them like garbage, but I get that because a lot of people try to get over on you. You know what I mean? So I understand that completely. But they were blessed, and then we walked by them a couple times, and they were just so grateful, and she couldn't stop smiling. Their attitudes really was just to be in this situation. They seemed full of joy, you know. There's pain in her shoulder. I'm about to see what the results are. That's my son Jam, and that's Ty. Stop, boy. Go. Stop. What happened over there when y'all were dealing with?
Well, so what happened? She had like a stroke in the left side of her body.
Okay.
And she wasn't in pain, but like she was numb and stuff, and she could only lift her arm up to like here at first.
Ah, that's why she raised it all the way.
She, so we prayed over the first time. She's like, oh. It was like, try it out. And the next thing you know, she's like, boom. And then we're like, all right, so we did it again. And next thing you know, she's like, boom, like her arm's all the way back there. And then the next one, she's boom, she's all the way, like she's just going at it. And it was a spirit. He came over and he was like, it's a spirit of stroking and stuff. And like, so he went against that, and then I just took it a step. I took it a step forward, further, and just banished it from her entire family line. Because that's what I got.
You got anything you want to add? You sure? Positive.
I'm straight.
So after they finished praying for the Muslim man, they were explaining to him what happened, and then the Muslim man, because he doesn't believe Jesus is who he says he is, tried to refute what happened and tried to explain how he got healed when he really didn't know, except for us telling him. And at the end of the day, Trey and my son did most of the talking. Me and Todd put some input in, but I don't like jumping people. I don't think that's fair. You know what I mean? But so we're not just going to overwhelm him with talk, give him a chance to talk, and then one person at a time will say one thing. But at the end of the day, he's like, well, I'm not really deep in my scriptures like you guys are. Everything that I say, you have an answer for, but I don't have an answer for things you're saying. You know what I mean? And when you look at how Jesus moved, when you look at how the disciples moved, they were able to explain, you know what I mean? They were able to dispute different things different doctrines and things of that nature, because they had a grasp on who they were, who Christ was, and what his word said, and they were confident in that. You know what I mean? So that's just something that we could look into, is just being more confident in what our word says, especially in comparison to other people's doctrines and belief. Not to disrespect anybody, but it's to pull people out of darkness. You know what I mean? To plant a seed. And, he walked away still believing what he believed. I gave him some things to read. Where is, he had asked Trey, where Jesus isn't the Son of God, and Trey was able to show in Scripture how Jesus was God, how Jesus was the Son of God. Is God, how Jesus is the Son of God, how they're one. He was able to show all that. And then from other scriptures, it talks about where the Muslims try to say that Muhammad was talked about in Scripture when Jesus said, if I go away, the Father will send a comforter. But then Jesus turned around and said, if I don't go away, I won't be able to send a comforter to you, something like that. Whatever the case is, he identified himself as being one with the Father, because first he said the Father will send the comforter, then he said I will send the comforter. You know what I mean? So it's just good to know your scriptures, because it's not just about healing and preaching the gospel is vital, don't get me wrong, but it's vital to know your scripture. It's vital to know how to be confident in who you are, so you can say, no, I see what you're saying, but this is what the scripture says. You know what I mean? This is what I'm living, this is what I'm walking in. You know what I mean? So prayerfully these videos are a blessing to you. And it just encourages you to step out and live like kings, all right? Children of God. Till next time.